Hey, yo, Mark here for Mark's Max Muscle. And I thought it was about time I did a profile on this guy. He is Samir Bannout, the 1983 Mr. Olympia winner. So far, we've covered 8 out of the 13 Mr. Olympia champions. So here's a 9th. I definitely plan on doing the rest at some point, of course. Have a good look at Samir's back. Depending on what you prefer, there is a definite argument for Samir having the greatest back development of all time. Of course, here at Mark's Max Muscle, we always take into consideration the consumption of, well, super vitamins and special candies. You know what I'm getting at? Stuff like that. So we never do direct comparisons of guys from different generations. It's utterly ridiculous to do so. Having said that, for his time, Samir had a crazy good back. I can't remember seeing a more defined Christmas tree. Actually, it kind of resembles the tree on Samir's flag's, or country's flag, oddly enough. Don't you think? More than just a great back, though. Samir had the total package. Have a look at those arms. Massive, massive arms for his size, especially. Here he is showing Lou Ferrigno what is up. His conditioning, of course, was second to none in this picture. Have a look. Just incredibly ripped. There's definitely something about his physique that I find quite classical. I really think he belongs alongside of the rest of the Olympia winners. Don't you guys? Having said that, though, he is definitely one of the most least famous of all the Olympia winners. Samir started bodybuilding at quite a young age. He was actually the youngest contestant at the 1974 Mr. Universe competition. He placed 7th that year. Anyway, let's fast forward a bit to 1980. Samir would make his Mr. Olympia debut. He didn't do very well at all. In fact, the only guy he placed ahead of was this guy, the Evil Ken Waller, a well-known t-shirt thief. And, of course, he's pure evil. Anyway, at the 1981 Olympia, Bannout's conditioning stepped up. He was at a different level this year. He jumped up in placings as well. He placed right around the middle of the pack. Placed 9th out of 17 competitors. But the Lion was ready to roar. Because in 1982 at the Olympia, Samir was in prime condition. He hit his timing perfect this year, I think. His conditioning was crisp. I really think he expected a win. But he placed 4th, a respectable placing nonetheless. Placing 3rd that year was Casey Viator. I believe that was his highest placing at the event. I like Casey. And 2nd that year was Frank Zane, and the winner, of course, Chris Dickerson. Samir brought a similar package to the 1983 Mr. Olympia. With perhaps a little more mass. I'm not sure about that. He placed a little higher as well this year. Came down to 3 guys that year. Him, Mohamed Makawe, and Lee Haney. Haney actually placed 3rd. And this would be Lee's last time ever losing in any bodybuilding competition. But all that hard work and dieting, training, it's all worthwhile. as Samir Bannout's name was announced. He was Mr. Olympia. Oh, what a feeling. Getting your hand raised by Joe Weider himself? No greater honor. None. Samir competed for years after this. But considering, I actually really like Samir as a bodybuilder. I'm going to save the rest of his career for a second video. Who knows, maybe even a third. To me, Samir was one of those guys with no real weaknesses. He's actually rarely mentioned in such lists. Guys like Sean Ray, even Phil Heath, are always noted for having few to little to no weaknesses. But to me, Samir, he's the true total package. And he is the Lion of Lebanon. He is Mr. Olympia, Samir Bannout. That's it for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. This is Mark for Mark's Max Muscle.